been about an hour and a half since I had that big buck come through. I've just been sitting here, kicking myself once again. This tree I'm up in, I don't like it. I didn't like it from the time I got to the first step, but I was kind of committed at that point. It was starting to get light. I actually had the platform set out to the other side of the tree, put the camera arm on and everything, and the tree's leaning back that way, so I've swung the platform 180 degrees, and that's where I'm sitting now. But I'm just sitting out in the middle of this, like the sun's just beating on me. There's nothing to hide behind, and I feel like I'm in the wide open at like 7:20. A little bit before that, I thought I heard like a grunt back in there in that thick stuff. But at 7:20, I heard some sticks breaking, and I looked back in there, and sure enough, that big buck was coming right out. At first, I thought he was going to stay up on that hill behind me. It's pretty thick back there. But he turned right on that trail and was coming down, and I was ready and waiting for him. But he made a hard left, like right when he got to the base of the hill, which put him on a route to walk right behind my tree, pretty much at the base of it. And the way I was turned around, I wasn't sitting in the saddle. I was turned around standing on the platform because I was getting ready to shoot the trail that's right here. And I was all twisted up trying to make a shot here, like on the weak side. My bag's sitting there, and he was coming right up this little ditch, and I tried drawing, and I don't know if he just saw the movement, or I think I might have hit my bag. I don't even know if I was going to be able to get a shot there, but I was going to try it, because if not that, I was going to have to turn almost like 360 degrees with that buck at like 5 yards from the base of the tree, probably. And I didn't think that was going to happen, but he busted up, went crashing through that thick stuff, but then only went up to 40 yards and stopped. He looked back down here, but I still don't think he had any idea like what I was, because he didn't snort and he didn't run off. He just turned there and walked up this ravine here, like just parallel on the ridge where he was at. And I saw him in there milling around a little bit, and then he just disappeared. Literally, the tree is just out of the screen right here. I'd kind of show it to you, but the sun's just glaring right in the camera. That tree right there is the one I should have been in. I hunted that one yesterday morning. And then last night, I hunted a different tree, and he walked by that one 3 different times. And then this morning, even where he came down that trail and made that left, I probably could have 15 yard, 18 yard like broadside shot there. It's just depressing, because I feel like I probably can't have that many more opportunities to see this deer. Like it's unbelievable what I've gotten away with him. And he's still in this same area. Well, if you can't tell by the greasy face paint I have on, it's extremely hot out here. Like, uncomfortably hot. This morning I screwed up. Should have been in this tree right here, and probably would have, if all would have went well on the shot, had a buck killed at 7:30. So he's been using this trail right here, and he's been coming out over this way. But this morning he came down, hung a left, went right along this edge, up this direction. And then this tree right here is where I was up in, and he was standing right there. He went up the hollow behind me. He was gone for 2 hours, and then came back down. He came down to like 75 yards and then cut up on the next ridge over, and that was the last time I saw him. But I was nervous to get down out of that tree because I could hear like sticks popping over there. So I'm not sure that he's all too far in there. We'll just sit tight and hopefully once the sun dips around the edge of this ridge, it'll start cooling off down here, and I'm hoping for a repeat performance by him as he did last night, because he was all around this tree. But if anyone knows anything about hunting in general or hunting big bucks, it's never the case. But I'll keep my fingers crossed and stay optimistic about it. A little after 3:30 right now, November 7th, and I didn't even have time to do an opening interview. Literally, I was still getting stuff kind of situated, and I look up and I hear some noise, and a big 8 is right in front of me, probably 50 yards, just tearing a tree up. Well, I thought for sure he was coming. There's a trail I'm set up on here. He started walking down towards it, but what he did, he just went for a drink of water. He literally, I bet he was bedded, I don't know, somewhere inside of 75, 100 yards from me. I mean, I came down this hill behind me, so slow, move a little bit, stop, it's so quiet in here, and it took me forever to get set up because it's just so quiet. I think he just stood up out of his bed, thrashed a tree, walked down, got a drink, and then he was going to walk away. He was going to go up the valley. I hit him with 2 grunts, spun him on a dime. The only problem is, when he turned around, he stayed on that side of the ravine, and I'm in here doing a hanging hunt. I don't have any lanes cut. It's public land, really not allowed to do it anyhow. But I have very limited holes, and he come high, and he started fading away. Hit him with another grunt, and he turned, he started walking down this little spine straight opposite of me. It actually goes down into the main, or like this side valley, and then it's going to run down into the big bottom of the end zone. I got him stopped twice. First time he went right through my opening. All I could see was, the only thing I could have a shot at was the last like 2 or 3 ribs, and then guts in his back ham. Obviously no shot there. So the second time I tried to stop him just as he was coming past. Well, he stopped instantly, and he stayed behind some stuff. Really, I don't know if I would have had all that great of a shot at the second spot anyhow. I mean, it's just thick in here, period. But he stood there for a while. I was pulled back on him, and he just walked up the ridge, and then he just went side hill. By now, I bet he's right above Ian. Every once in a while, I think I can hear him up in there rubbing a tree, but hopefully he'll turn down towards him. Ian's set up on a pretty good trail where they go from end of the point to end of the point and kind of crisscross the bottom of this valley I'm set up on. That's a heck of a way to start. I've been in the stand like 5 minutes. Well, we got about 20 minutes left of legal shooting time, but I'm going to lose camera light here shortly. It's getting dark pretty quick. But for a long trek back in here, it took me an hour from the truck to the stand. It was definitely worth it. I mean, even though I didn't kill the buck, literally got within, I don't know, 100 yards or so. I'm pretty sure he's bedded up on a hill. He never knew I was in here. And it just didn't work out. It's so thick in here, but obviously that's why they're in here. I mean, it's just security cover, just bedding. I mean, it's nasty in here. I don't know how how you're supposed to get good shots in here. I guess not. I mean, you're gonna have to shoot them at 15 yards maybe right underneath the stand, but it was pretty awesome to see him. He works great, pawed the ground. I mean, he's a big, mean buck. Sweet though. It was awesome. And then I seen a pretty solid 10-point. I think it might be a, I don't know, 2-year-old maybe. And it's probably a 3-year-old. Worked the other ridge. He was grunting. I got a little bit of footage of him, but again, it's so thick in here. I lost him right after I got that clip, and then I can hear him up in there grunting, but I just could never even put eyes on him, let alone get the camera on him. But it's pretty cool. But the other thing is, I haven't seen any bucks chasing doe this entire week of my vacation. Just bucks are kind of half-heartedly moving around. They're not even really running, seeking much, but I don't know. I think the best is yet to come. But sadly, I'm going to be out of vacation time here. I got 2 more days left. I don't know when I'm going to take them, but I think I'm going to be down to Saturdays and maybe after work on a day if I can get out early, but it's a pretty sweet week.